What's happening, YouTube? This is DaVinci, and this is my Let's Play of Rogue. It's the greatest PC game ever made, according to the internet, because a lot of games were made that ripped it off. They want me to put in my name, so that's my name. So, Rogue is a game where you play a smiley face and you look for gold and you nearly get hit by birds. And then you kill it. Good stuff. I was told by the internet that Rogue is a good game because it inspired a lot of video games like Spelunky. And I've seen lots of people do Let's Plays of that game. And if a lot of people do Let's Plays of games, that means it's good. Fig Fekweb Sakwas. Another game that they call a roguelike is a game called Faster Than Light, which is a game I can't beat. So the basic idea behind Rogue is you are Yellow Smiley Man and you are walking around a dungeon. Along the way, you encounter enemies that try to kill you. You can also pick up scrolls and potions, but you do not know what the scrolls or the potions do. You can also find rings. So yeah, you do not know what some of these items can do until you use it, which adds a level of randomness. But the game has inspired a lot of games that they call the roguelikes. And the reason why they're called the roguelikes is because they have virtually none of the features expected of Rogue. In order to be a roguelike, in order to qualify as one, you need randomly generated levels and a mechanic by which your character can die permanently. Oh, I died. Killed by an emo. The birds have betrayed me. One could argue that character permadeath in the original game wasn't a design choice so much as it was an accident of the programming, because you only have one character in your party, and this was one of those games back in the day when death just meant an automatic game over. Also, the emu died in one hit that time. Consistency is nice. But instead, the programmers for roguelikes decided that game over sequences if you die is going to be the one part of Rogue that they latch onto, not the cool sounding scrolls or I don't know how to use items. Not the cool sounding scrolls or the air of randomness in the items, or even the dungeon crawling thing, which is Not even the dungeon crawling element, which is the most recognizable element of the game Rogue. Again, I have been killed by Emo. There are lots of games where they may not look identical, but they are the same game because of similarities in their programming. For instance, the game Killer 7 by Suda51. That game very obviously took inspiration from Final Fantasy 7, even though one is an RPG and the other is an action game. And the reason is because they both have a party mechanic and save points. Other games that are similar for only having two mechanics in common, Bayonetta and Blinks the Time Sweeper. Yeah, both of them have a time slow mechanic and a jump button. People think Half-Life 2 is very original, but Half-Life 2 is actually a Space Invaders like, because they have both have rudimentary cover mechanics and silent protagonists. And as everybody knows, Earthbound is a ripoff of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, because both of them were programmed on computers and made available for consoles. I got killed by a hobgoblin this time. So that's Rogue. Rogue is a video game. It's the best video game out there, and if you haven't played it, you're bad. You're a bad person. Okay. Remember to like and subscribe. DOS prompt, get me out of here. I want to leave the game. Aren't you that one X-Man who kisses boys on the mouth? Where's the exit? No, exit. X.